On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Georgia's... Get the first crack at it here. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Quickly out to the tight end. At the 35, he's got room. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. The Dogs have had a long history of scrappy and efficient quarterbacks. Add a little star power to it, and you've got something working.
You definitely get a little extra something. We see it all across college football. You find that dude at the quarterback spot, it takes you from good to great, and you've seen that with Georgia over the last several seasons.
Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
The aerial assault continues. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. They've got the screen set up. They make the stop, but not before the screen has hit him for a first down, and much more really good execution by this offense.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get...
Got enough space, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia! Follow the blocker. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle and he would have hit that thing. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Jones. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. The Blue Devils offense will have its first possession of the game. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
Yeah, and feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early, put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And the sack all the way back at the 5. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Nah, find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. And it's picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese. You've got to make great field position count. You've got opportunities. You got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Jones. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
DB's right up on the receivers. He's going to pass. And they got him for the sack.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire, and that linebacker showed that there.
Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Coming after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this QB already in the first quarter has taken some serious punishment. Got sacked a bunch, got hit a bunch. He's been targeted a lot. This offense needs to find some answers before we're going to be looking at his backup playing some serious snaps.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. The option look. Now the toss. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great individual play, and I love cornerbacks that don't just take pride in covering guys. I like guys that like to put their face in the fan and affect the running game. This dude is physical, and he impacts the defense because of it.
And those guys are really hard to find. A lot of corners, they're smaller. They don't want any part of the physical run game. Nice job sticking his face in there, setting the edge, making the tackle.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. The completion well past the sticks. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the 2nd quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. He's looking to throw it. Finds his big tight end. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Number 81.
The field position was bad. The finish was great. great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him...
He lobs one high down the left side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
Makes one man miss. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. And the Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch, it's Lovett. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Man, this defense, they have got to get better in coverage if they want to get off the field anytime soon. You keep defending like that, this offense might hang 50 on you by the end of the game.
They're trying to get to him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Unloads quickly. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
The Bulldogs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They keep attacking through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Using his legs to buy some time. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. And listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Play number 10 on this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Back to pass, it's Beck. Trying to set up the screen, and he throws the interception. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
This time, he's got his man. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. On the move at the 30. And he breaks into the open. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. That's the way you get things going. A huge play and now attacking from just inside the red zone. They're threatening to score and they'll throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Moore. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line and they are ready to strike. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Looking for a man. It's Murphy. Got his man on the outside. Touchdown, Duke! What a grab and go for the score.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll call for the fair catch here. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes.
Brings it in down the left side. Open runway ahead. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30+.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. The throw. Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. A strike downfield. Bust through behind his pad. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. To throw, it's Murphy. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
It's second down.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. Got some room to run. The 30. The 10. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown Bulldogs. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Oh, they're faking it. The holder's going to try to throw it. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Just enough time for one final play in this half. He'll come out throwing on first down. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone inside that stadium in Athens to take a deep breath and kind of digest what we just saw.
Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Dropping back, it's Murphy. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. On fourth down, trying to find his man. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. Curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. His job chasing by the defense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Pocket starts to collapse. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. Field goal is good. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. from inside his own 15, looking for room. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it.
Off he goes! Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a second down. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Kept it, and he's past the marker. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows.
And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away. Fair catch, called for and made. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful. He's going for a big play downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover 1. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
They go to the ground, and he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to pass, it's Murphy. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he was winding his way all over the backfield, staying alive, and finally he goes down.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. Touchdown, Duke! They take the lead with the 6. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
Personal foul.
And he tacks on the extra point.
Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field to score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And that's an incompletion, and really poor accuracy by the quarterback there. When you're throwing the ball down the field, you don't need to make it perfect, but you do got to put it somewhere around your receiver. You got to give him an opportunity to...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down. This is a hard game and a hard position to play. But if you're the starter at this level, you cannot miss that throw.
No, you can't, and they don't miss that very often. I mean, those are the throws that usually say big plays on. The receiver gets a step, gets open. That's not one that they usually miss.
The Dogs with the 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
He's got him this time, and he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another playoff here in the third quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver shows motion. Going up top on first down. Pressure coming. And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back.
This quarterback is really struggling in this game with decisions and also accuracy. He's already been picked off multiple times, and that time that was a bad underthrow. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Pulls it in. It's Lovett. Knocked down for the tackle. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Fires to the wideout. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 40, there he goes. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
You got to keep drives alive late in the game. When you're starting to get in the fourth quarter and it's a one-score game, you got to do whatever you can as that quarterback to scramble around, get extra plays, extra first downs. Really nice job there by the QB.
Really nice job by this sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down with the run.
Well, I'll tell you, he picked a good time to have his longest run of the day. Really nice job there, feeling the pressure, buying himself some time, and then taking off and getting north. And just so gifted when he's in the open field. That's going to really give a jolt to his offense.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom, I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
On the option. And maybe a wise move not to even try the pitch as he's knocked down in the backfield. Big third down and the crowd gets behind this defense. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Unloads to the right. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run play action. Quarterback now breaking the field. Into the end zone. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish.
Looking deep. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. They got one of the touchdowns they needed, and they'll try to get the ball back right now with the onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around. Ball's out. No, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. Reese, productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitz that's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. To the air, it's Murphy. And the sophomore just a little too much on that one.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Timeout, Georgia.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. They'll throw it on first down. They're bringing heat. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's second down. Trying to get to it. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this offense is up against it here. Trailing late in the game, the defense knows they're going to throw the football. First down, they get sacked. Second down, incompletion. There's no mystery what's happening here. Quarterback's just going to have to make a play on third down.
Unloads it left. Got his man. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Trying to find his man on first down. He wants a big play here late. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's second down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's
looking for a huge play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Another incompletion on third down.
What a fantastic job by the defense that time, forcing the incompletion. They've got the lead late, setting up fourth down. Can they come up with one more stop? If they get it, they might win this game.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He's got a first down and maybe a lot more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
It leads to second down.
Okay, ready? Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Got his man on the right. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
These crucial situations you practice so much. Inside of 2 minutes, they score, they win. Defensively, how do you bow your neck? You force a turnover, force the fumble, get the ball back to your offense. Go get me a few first downs. This one's over.
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. And now, Jesse, the art here is to find the balance between milking the clock and trying to get another score.
I think if you're the coaching staff, too, you like to see your team play its best in the fourth quarter, right? Defense just did their job, so offense now, David, has to go out and handle their business.
Yeah, you got the momentum. Because of the defense, they've given you some momentum. They've given you a great opportunity to take hold of this game and really put a stamp on it.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking to move it through the air. Getting some heat. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. And the Blue Devils come to the line in the hurry-up. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And with that turnover, we come to the close of this game. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will, throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get one back.